of Khan, CEO of the WWE. Nick Khan speaks with Andrew Marchand and Marchand Ourand in an interview that was released yesterday. Talks about the Pac-12 negotiations. Pac-12 is in a very tough spot. Welcome to episode 178 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugart. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, subscribe to our channel, smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. Nick Khan, the CEO of the WWE, who's had so much experience talking with media companies, negotiating with media companies, getting into the streaming world. He gives some advice to George Kliavkoff at the end of the interview. I'm going to provide you the bullet points of the interview. You can watch the whole interview, listen to the whole podcast, and a link provided in the description box below the video. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to it. PATC Chalk Talk. Nick Khan, the guest with Marchand and Ourand. Number one, all these words, all these bullet points are from Nick Khan. Pac-12 in a tough spot. As we sit here on March 30th, Nick Khan says the Pac-12 in a tough spot. Number two, Yormark looked at his hand and did the best he could with it as he moved quickly to get the Big 12 media deal done. Here at Peek Around the Corner, we said that. On October 30th, when the deal was struck between the Big 12 and Fox Sports and ESPN, we gave kudos to Brett Yormark because Brett Yormark, he saw his hand, he moved up his scheduling of negotiations with Fox Sports and ESPN 18 months, cut in line in the Pac-12, and was able to get a deal done. Brett Yormark saw the media market recession coming, as we did at Peek Around the Corner, and it caught the Pac-12 flat-footed. Yormark did the best he could with the hand that he was dealt as the Big 12 commissioner. Number three, according to Nick Khan, what was valuable to ESPN in regards to the Pac-12 was their tonnage of content, was their tonnage. After the Big Ten moved on without ESPN, the media company needed content. And this is why Yormark acting quickly was so smart. Brett Yormark was able to provide ESPN what they needed. Tonnage. He got the deal done before the Pac-12 could. Number four, according to Nick Khan, Pac-12 got caught off guard. And it's the worst thing you can do in business. There's no question the Pac-12 got caught off guard. Number five, alliances don't work in business. Full mergers work when all parties have shared interests, not alliances. Again, the Pac-12 was caught off guard by the so-called alliance of the Big Ten, ACC, Pac-12. It wasn't going to work. Number six, Pac-12 did a lot of complaining when USC and UCLA announced they were leaving the conference. Complaining is not a strategy. We all remember back when the University of California Board of Regents had all these meetings kicking the can down the road on whether they were going to block UCLA or whether they were going to tax UCLA. And remember when George Kliavkoff wrote a letter to University of California Board of Regents stating that UCLA would actually lose money if they joined the Big Ten. Of course, that data was incorrect, but that's what he was focused on, George Kliavkoff. And remember in December when George Kliavkoff said, well, we can't get a deal done now because media companies don't work in the second half of December. It was just complaining, instead of getting into the action. That's a very good point by Nick Khan. Number seven, again, Nick Khan, I hope it all works out well for the Pac-12, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. So this is Nick Khan, who knows all the players in the game. He knows the landscape of streaming. He's going to talk about it here again in a second. I hope it all works out for the Pac-12, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. That's what a lot of sources have been telling us and others. The reporters out there who have been saying that the Pac-12 is having a difficult time getting the deal done, they're not telling any lies. There are no lies being told. Nick Khan, again, reinforces that. I hope it all works out for the Pac-12, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It doesn't mean that George Kliavkoff can't thread the needle and get a media deal done that will satisfy the interests of all 10 Pac-12 university presidents. But right now, it doesn't look good. Number 8, advice to the Pac-12. This is the advice that Nick Khan gave to George Kliavkoff, and I hope he's listening. Sign a short-term 3-year deal. This is probably something that Washington and Oregon could sign off on. A short 3-year term. And it can't be all about the money. Again, something we at Peek Around the Corner have been saying since day one. It's not about the money. No Pac-12 school is going to leave the conference to go to the Big 12 if they're short a few $1 million a year. Okay? In media money payout. You got to keep the conference together, George Kliavkoff. And it is not about the money. It's about the exposure. Nick Khan, take best deal on exposure. Again, something that Peek Around the Corner have been saying since day one. It's all about the exposure. You cannot bury the front porch of your university by getting stuck in an all-inclusive deal on streaming. You cannot bury your front porch of your university. Get back into the open market in 3 years. Though that is the advice of Nick Khan. I agree with all of that here at Peek Around the Corner. And we've been saying it for 5 months now? 5 months, 4.5 months here at Peek Around the Corner. I think it's been 5 months. Wow. I couldn't have said it better myself. But again, Nick Khan, he brings in a lot of credibility. Now, people are going to go after Nick Khan and Twitter and the message boards. Go ahead. But what he's saying is true. Pac-12 is in a tough spot. They need to focus on the exposure part of this media deal and then get back in for 3 years. Yes, Pac-12 schools, if you do that, you're going to take it. You're going to take the short money. No question about it. It's going to hurt your budgets. I get it. You need to have money. You have projections. You need to pay the debt on facilities. You need to do a whole lot of things. You projected a certain amount of money in the next 3 years, and you're probably not going to get it. But you cannot get buried on exposure in this media deal. Nick Khan later goes on to say at the very end of this podcast, and again, listen to the whole thing. The link is provided. He says that going all exclusive on a streaming deal right now, it's way too big a leap. He would not do it. He would not advise it. No way, no how. So George Kliavkoff, you're looking at an all Apple deal. Wow. Good luck with that. Get the deal done with ESPN. Take less money and pray, hope that your university presidents sign on that deal, because that's the best thing you can do right now. That's the best that you can offer, because the Pac-12 leadership was caught off guard once again. Put down your comments and your thoughts in the comment section below the video. Let me know what you agree and disagree with it on Nick Khan. I read all of them. I'm looking forward to reading them. So until next time, from all of us at Peek Around the Corner to all of you, please, you all take good care of each other. Thank you so very much.